Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Marketing Mix. First one for May. Feels really weird to be saying that it's May already. Well, we've had a blustery night and really massive winds and lots of rainfall. So my garden's quite happy, although some of the plants got a bit battered. So if you're watching, tell me in the comments who's here, because I can't actually see who's here, but I can see that there are a few people watching live. So tell me in the comments if you're here, and don't forget to ask your questions as well as we go along. So today we're going to talk about how you can use email marketing and social media together. So you might have seen my blog post about it, or you might have missed it. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. And I firmly believe that you should be using those two channels together. Before we move on to that, though, in 2 weeks' time, I'll be back again. And this time I'm going to be talking specifically about social media. I'm going to be talking about the different channels, how many times you should post on each channel, the type of content that goes over well on each network as well. So don't forget to put that in your calendars. 2 weeks from now at 2 o'clock, join me live to talk about posting on social media. So today we're going to go through how you can use email marketing and social media together. Now, for me, I just think that it would be silly not to use as many marketing channels as you can to reach your target customer. It makes no sense to stick to one method when you could be using lots of different things. And digital marketing actually opens up a lot of opportunities for people like you and me, for small business owners who don't have massive budgets. We can't spend a lot of time and effort, but what we do have are free and low cost channels to reach our target markets, and email and social media are two of those. Now, it actually amazes me that people think that they should use one thing or the other. And I always say, why not both? And in an integrated way, so that means that one thing helps you be successful with the other and vice versa. So whether you believe it or not, you can get both good at both channels. You can get good at email marketing, and you can get good at social media, and that's going to help you to find new and repeat business. And there are good reasons why you should use both things together. So let's get on to why. What's the advantages of using email and social media together? Well, like I said, your target audience is bound to be viewing content on a different number of channels. They're going to be looking at different places to find the content that either helps them, educates them, it informs them, entertains them. So they're looking at that in lots of different ways. They're scrolling through their news feeds, and equally they're signing up to emails. They're watching videos on YouTube or Instagram, or they're scrolling through their Instagram feed. So you get the picture, right? We're in lots of different places. We don't get our information from one place. Now, if people are present on social media and in their inboxes, those are two great places for you to reach them, okay? But here's the thing. If you spend all your energies on your social media followers without converting them to email subscribers, you're at the mercy of the social networks. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. So think about how you might be at the mercy of social media networks. I've got a couple of examples, actually, recent examples. I think as early as last year, lots of people took to Twitter because there was a major outage on Facebook, and because Facebook is stitching together lots of its technology on the back end, and it's trying to tie together the technology that drives Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp. They're breaking things, and they're breaking things more and more frequently. And when things break on the Facebook network, that means you can't be in front of your target audience. That content, the way that you talk to your target audience is gone. So another example, which I've seen a few times on LinkedIn now, is where people have been reported. So you can report content and accounts on LinkedIn. And those accounts, LinkedIn have found those accounts to be in contravention of its user agreement. So the terms that you sign up to when you sign up to LinkedIn, and they've actually shut down those accounts. And I've seen at least 3 posts from other LinkedIn users who are advocating for the reinstatement of the person that's been banned from LinkedIn. And on each occasion, what I've noticed is that that person uses LinkedIn solely. They have lost all their messages, they've lost all their connections, they've lost all their content, and it was all on LinkedIn. So why would you put so much pressure on yourself of having all of that, all of your things on a platform that you don't control? So as soon as that happens, as soon as that channel gets taken away from you, your target audience gets taken away from you. And you don't own that data, right? So you don't own the data for the people that follow you, that your connections on LinkedIn, the LinkedIn followers, the people that like your Instagram page. You don't own any of that data. The social network owns that data, and you want to put yourself in a much stronger position by actually having data that you own, that you control. So with an email list, that's what happens. That data is yours. I get lots of questions from people who are swapping email marketing tools, and they say, oh, what about the data? Can I take it with me? That's your data. It does not belong to the email marketing company. You take it with you where you want. Of course, you can't email people who've unsubscribed from previously, so you can't take those and export them into a new email software. But you can contact your subscribers on your terms, and you've got no danger of being banned. You have got danger of being unsubscribed from if the content isn't relevant to people, if they find it boring, or they think you're spam, they'll mark you as spam. So it's always good to get permission. But you communicate with them on your terms. They've given you permission to be in their inbox. And you've no danger of coming up against those algorithms, right? Think about that. Think about how much time and effort we spend creating content that we think will beat the algorithms, will game the algorithms, will get you through the algorithms. So all of those reasons, it's really advantageous to use email and social media together, because one can support the other. I always say that social media helps you to broaden your reach, whilst email marketing helps you to deepen the relationship that you have with people. Now, you'll see that for me, I'm active on social media and I have an email list. I email out to people regularly, weekly, in fact. And if you're on that list, you will have received an email this morning. So, it's good to have multiple ways of getting in touch with your target audience in the places that they frequent. So I know that my target audience is on Facebook, but the people that I want to work with also use YouTube. That's why this live stream is going out on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. And those 2 places, that's where the replay will be available. And I can maximize that by directing people to those 2 places. So you can see that used together, social media and email marketing are a really powerful combination. So let's talk about some ideas that you can implement for yourself with email marketing and social media. what I've got are 6 ways that you can do it, but you will be able to think of things by yourself. You'll be able to come up with some ideas, and I'm sure they're going to be really creative. And if you do come up with some ideas that I haven't mentioned, let me know, because I'm always in the market for new ideas, and I love to try out new things. And of course, I don't have all the answers. So if you come up with something that works really well for you, let me know. So the first thing that I think you should do is capitalize on the social media followers that you already have. They're they like your Facebook page, they have liked your Instagram, or they you're connected to them on LinkedIn. They already love your content. You can see that from the comments and likes and shares. So give your followers, your social media followers, a reason to join your email list. Okay, so when I talk about asking people to join your email list, I talk about creating a value statement. So what is it that people are going to get out of being on your email list? What's in it for them? Once you can articulate that, people actually understand that they're going to be more than just a number, a subscriber on your list. So work out your value statement. What's in it for the people that are joining, and how often will they hear from you? So it's really important to be transparent so that they understand the content, the types of content that you're going to send them, and exactly how often you're going to hear from them. And then you deliver on those 2 promises. But in terms of social media, carefully craft a post that will help you to share that value that being an email subscriber is. And going back to the whole data thing, you'll own that data, not the social media company. So, the next time you're thinking, you're planning out your social media posts, and you're thinking, oh, what should I include? What should I put in today? Or what should I put in this week? Think about a really clever, nice post that encourages people to join your email list. Tell them exactly what they'll receive. Maybe even put some screenshots of a previous newsletter, or like me, create some benefits, create some actual benefits, physical benefits that people get from joining your email list. So if you sign up to receive the marketing morsel, you always get my webinars for free. You get the best prices on my workshops. And you get the opportunity to come to my quarterly forum, which is called the Marketing Motivator. And you get a whole 90 minutes with me, you and 5 other people, talking about marketing. And all of that happens if you join my email list. And in addition to that, you get other things like, how to market your business, you get resources, all sorts of other things. So really work that out for your business, and see how you can put together posts that you can create for your social media channels. So the next thing is to add a social element to your emails. What do I mean by that? Well, in emails, you can have social buttons. So you can have social share buttons, which allow your readers to share your email on their social networks. It's a really easy thing to do. And the benefit of that for you is that your readers are sharing their emails your email on their social networks. That means more eyes for your emails, more eyes on your emails. And that's a win for your business, because that's also a way that can contribute to you growing your email list and you finding new customers. Because guess what? We hang out with people like us. We hang out with people that we have things in common with, that we share interests with. And your subscribers, friends, family, colleagues might be ideal customers for you. So put those social share buttons on your emails. That means that people can share your emails on their social media networks. The next thing that is really clever is repurposing images that you've already created for social media. Particularly if you use Facebook, why wouldn't you want to use them more than once? And of course you can. Work out how to use these images in your emails. And if you use my favorite marketing tool, which is Constant Contact, you can actually connect it to your Facebook account and easily import your images, and you can use whichever ones you want, which is really cool. So once you've created images for social media, don't think that that's a once and done. You can use those images in your newsletters, repurpose them, and give them an additional life, if you like. The next thing is to do more with your newsletter. What do I mean by that? Well, if you think that once you've sent your newsletter and you've hit the send button, the work's done, then you're wrong. If you share multiple items in your newsletter, why not turn them into a slide share or image carousel to use on social media? And you can do that really simply, or you can take the URL for your email and share that on your social channels. Your emails don't have to stay in people's inboxes. So whichever email tool you use, once you've sent the email, it will generate a URL for you, and you can take that URL and you can share it over all the social networks that you're on. And that's a great way to get people to understand the value that you share in your newsletters. And it's a great way for them to understand that actually signing up for your newsletters is a good thing to do, because you put out really good information. So make sure that you don't just create your newsletter and then leave it in people's inboxes. Think about how else you can use the content that you've put in your newsletter and how you can repurpose it for use on social media. Let's have a look, see if there are any questions. No, at the minute. Hopefully this is all working for you and you all love it and you're going to go off and try these things. So the fifth thing, it's really interesting when people run campaigns on social media and then they think, oh, that didn't work. Well, how about taking your campaigns and testing them a little bit? I always talk about testing your marketing. So you can easily test your next social media campaign with your email list. I mean, these people hear from you regularly. They trust you. They like you. Test what the social media campaign with your email list and see what their response is. Because, social media campaigns can be expensive for a small business, particularly if you're going to use advertising. So why not test your images, your text, your call to action with your email list? That's not really going to cost you anything. You can work out what performs best and move that to your social media campaign. The final thing that I want to talk to you about is, are your subscribers your followers? Because of course you want to talk to your target audience in multiple places. I've already said that there's a really good advantage of doing that. And particularly if you send a monthly newsletter, why wouldn't you want to engage your subscribers on social media? Why wouldn't you want them to engage with you more often? And you can do that. You can use your emails to share your social networks and encourage people to follow you. Now, I always have buttons on the bottom of my emails with links off to my different social media profiles. But that doesn't have to, that's not all you can do. You can dedicate an email to a social network and ask people to follow you there. And I did that recently. I recently dedicated a whole email to my YouTube channel because I want to grow that audience and I want my subscribers to know that I exist on YouTube and that there are videos there that might interest them. And actually that got me a flurry of new subscribers, which is brilliant because every time I put out a video on YouTube now, they will get notified that something new has come along from me. So my mantra has always been not to put all your eggs in one basket. And I think that people do that. I think small businesses do that when they only use social media to market their business. So that's why I use email marketing, social media, and a variety of other marketing tactics, marketing tools to reach my target audience. And you should do the same too. It helps to have multiple channels just in case one becomes suddenly unavailable. You know, how many times have you seen that post on Twitter asking if Facebook or Instagram is down? And as I've mentioned before, whilst social media is great at helping you to broaden your reach, you don't control your followers' data. That belongs to the social network. And it makes sense for you to collect this information directly because you want to build a relationship with those people. And email is going to help you do that with social media. Because I'll leave you with one final thought before I sign off. Facebook posts organically reach about 2% of your fans. Email marketing done well has a 90+% delivery rate. So let that sink in. 2% of your fans versus 90+% of your email list. For me, those stats speak volumes, and that's why I use both channels to talk to my target audience. And for me, I think, you know, it makes sense for you to do the same. So I hope I've helped you today. I hope I've helped you understand why you should be using email and social media together. It really is such a complementary way to do your marketing. It's easy to do. It doesn't cost a lot of money. So, you know, resource-wise, it fits in really nicely for small business marketing. If you do want more help, I have a webinar coming up in a couple of weeks' time. It talks about the three ingredients I think you can use for digital marketing, and it's quite simple. I'll take you through each of the ingredients, and I'll tell you what each of them contributes to your digital marketing recipe. And then I'll tell you how to put them together so that they work really hard for you. So if you would like to come to that, here is the link for you to sign up. Don't forget to join me in 2 weeks' time. We'll be talking about posting on social media, what works, what doesn't, how often you should post, and we'll just talk generally about how to make social media work for you. I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care. Bye.